There's just these basic cadences of life that I think are really powerful and really, really valuable when you have kids in your life. And the fact that so many people, especially in America's leadership class, just don't have that in their lives, I worry that it makes people more sociopathic and ultimately our whole country a little bit less, less mentally stable.
Because try working a full-time job, always tracking when the diapers are about to run out, what size shoes your kids wear, what they won't eat for lunch at daycare, which toy's their favourite, when the doctor's appointments are, when picture day is, which songs you have to sing to get them to sleep, how many child birthday parties you have to attend this weekend, and which ones specifically requested gifts. And also, if you leave the room, your child will scream bloody murder because you're the only one they want. I'm not saying kids can't give you a lot of things like joy, purpose and hand, foot and mouth disease, but mental stability is not one of them. The normal dumb stuff people regret is usually things like Army Hammer is the next De Niro, or sure, I'll have a third Gordita Crunch, but not childless women are sociopaths. And if Vance really does want to make it easier for people to raise kids, there are things he could support. But he hasn't done that. For instance, he's railed against universal daycare policies, calling it a class war against normal people.
One of the ways that you might be able to relieve a little bit of pressure on people who are paying so much for daycare is make it so that maybe like grandma or grandpa wants to help out a little bit more. Or maybe there's an aunt or uncle that wants to help out a little bit more. If that happens, you relieve some of the pressure on all the resources that we're spending in daycare.
Just call the grandparents who are definitely close by and alive, or maybe an aunt and uncle who don't have jobs or children of their own to deal with. We can now close every daycare in the country because America's most eye-lined boy genius just cracked the fucking code here. In fact, the only concrete action he took during his 2 years in the Senate when it comes to childcare policy was introduce the failed Fairness for Stay-at-Home Parents Act, which focused on helping parents who decided to leave the workforce altogether. And if you're getting the sense that what he really wants is to turn the clock back to the 1950s, you're getting warmer. He said we shouldn't have made it so easy for people to leave violent marriages, which is just wild for multiple reasons, including, you know what happened before you could easily get a divorce? By making divorce easy and accessible, what we have definitely reduced is the amount of women in fabulous hats who claimed, my husband fell ill suddenly. That is not just a victory for feminism, it is a lifesaver for shitty husbands everywhere.